Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat again, and I just wanted to do a little show and tell and then a craft with me. So I'll show you what I have made and then we'll make a little card together. So this is one of my altered bingo cards. It started as just an old, bingo card. And then I added one of those Hello Fresh envelopes. They're, you get them in the mail with stuff for them trying to talk you into buying HelloFresh. So anyway, one whole side of that envelope was like vellum-y and you could kind of sort of see through it. And so I thought it would be fun. So I just folded it in half, and let me see if I have one like it. I forgot to get the one out that I had like it. Oh, here it is. This isn't the same kind. Well, it is a HelloFresh, but the one that I got recently, this whole side was kind of vellum-y. So I just cut the flap off of it, and then I folded it this way, like this, and I just glued it all the way together. So this flap's gone, so it has an opening here and an opening here, and it's all glued together, and then I stitched around the edge. So it makes two pockets. And then I hooked that onto the bingo card using Tim Holtz fabric. And there were, some of these spots were on the back of this card, but it is a vintage bingo card. So I have added, my friend Denise sent me all these really cool clusters, fabric clusters, and she's going to be selling them in her shop on her Etsy store. And so sorry, I was just looking to see. I didn't get those out either. But anyway, she sent me a whole bag, like a whole baggie full of them, and that's how you'll be able to buy them on her Etsy shop. So if you like the fabric clusters, and it's just this portion right here. This is another piece of a snippet roll that she sent me. I bought it and she sent it to me. And so I changed, she had like a little silver charm here that was like a shovel, and it just didn't go with this particular thing. But that's the cool part about these little snippet stacks, is what I call them, that she has, because if she does put a charm on there or something that you're not crazy about, you can just take it off and put something else on. So I just stitched a regular button on here because I thought it went a little bit better. And then I'm just going to start taking stuff off so you can actually see what's happening. This is one of those altered bobby pins that Cockney Crafter does. My brain is not here today. And so I will leave her link below. She shows a whole tutorial on how to do the altered bobby pin. You basically are straightening out the bobby pin. You know how there's the little end that flips up. You make that straight with a pair of like jewelry pliers or whatever you've got, because you just want two straight sides. Whoops. And then you would take two pieces of like cardboard or whatever, and you put them together and slide them into the bobby pin like this. And then you take like whatever decorative paper or whatever you want, put it over the top with glue on both sides so that it opens in the middle, but you have, so like you can probably kind of see there's a little bit of an opening right there. And I just used a little bit of like cardboard, really thin cardboard, like from the back of a paper pad, like this kind of stuff. And that's what I put over the bobby pin, and then you glue your cardstock to that paper. And she does a great tutorial on it, so I will leave her link below so that you can go check her out. And then you can just put whatever you want over the top. And this is actually the collage paper that I make, and this is all out of Tim Holtz paper stacks. It was just scraps that I had, and so it's a mix of quite a few of his stacks. This is just a little piece of lace here. This is from that Imaginarium that I've been working with a lot of her art dolls, and I will leave her link in my description box as well. So if you want to go check out her art dolls, because this is stuff from all different ones. I've got like her oldies, her butterflies, her those original art dolls that I showed you. I can't remember what they're called. Sorry, I should have got all that stuff together. I just was trying to get other stuff together to do the card, so I apologize for that. But I'll leave it all in my description box below. So it's one of the art doll heads, and then just a feather glued onto that altered bobby pin. So there's that, and then this is a little, just like a note card to journal on or whatever, and I put one of the butterflies from Imaginarium. And then this is one of the art dolls, and this was one of the ones it was more of a little girl kind of or a teen sort of a doll, and I wanted to make it a little grungier, so I put sewing pattern paper over the top. I just decoupaged it on there and, you know, tore it so that you could still see her hand and arm and all that kind of thing. And I just put like a little piece on her shoes and all over just to grunge it up a little more. And then this is one of the heads from her art doll heads. It's just the heads. There's a whole bunch of different heads that you can use. So I've mixed a lot of her different packages, or digital kits is what I'm trying to say. And then these are her butterflies that were in they're like a mix in the oldies and stuff like that. So it's a lot of her different kits. So, and then I just have a Tim Holtz, you know, one of his pieces of ephemera. And so this is that snippet that I got from Denise, and I will leave her link below as well so that you can go to her Etsy if you want to, because she has others of these snippet rolls, and then this is one of the little snippet stacks that I just set on there. And this is finally the envelope, so this is the Hello Fresh envelope. And I added 2 of my pockets or my tags that are collaged. So this is all Tim Holtz paper that I've collage-paged on there, and I use this one with the matte, but it does have a little bit of a shine to it. And I did Nick the Booksmith does that thing where she tears that really thin like deli paper, and I've showed you guys that before, and puts it on there, and you may have seen it with Nick the Booksmith too. It just looks like old tape when you do that, and I just like that look. And then the backs of these I have covered with lined paper. And here's another one of the collage tags. So just all different Tim Holtz paper, and a lot of them are from the same, you know, stack or whatever. But and so you can see that this is the vellum pocket, and it's kind of see-through, and so I've collage-paged on some butterfly napkin that I had. So there's just little parts where you'll be able to see through it, and not the whole thing. And this one I even collaged more, so you're probably not going to see a whole lot through this one. This is another one of my tags. That's all collage-paged, and then the back has the lined paper. And then this is just a piece of Tim Holtz paper. I just love that one. And it's got a guest check on the back. It's a nice big tag to write on. And then this is the other side of that envelope. So when I folded that envelope like this, and it went on here like this, you know, you have an opening on each side. So that's what that is. And I just decoupaged all over it. It was just different. There's napkin. This is some washi tape. This is just a die cut thing that I had, and then I stitched all the way around, and like I said, I hooked it on with the Tim Holtz fabric. And then this is another piece of that same snippet that I bought from Denise. I just cut it and just glued it to make a pocket, so I just glued around the 3 sides. And then in this pocket there's another one of my tags with the back, and I just have a piece of ephemera that I've had for a while. I'm not even sure where that one's from. And another piece of ephemera. I think I just printed that from online somewhere. And then another one of my tags using different Tim Holtz papers all together. And then this is another one of those art dolls. And so this, you know, is just a base, the body, and then I added a little lace up there, wings, and this whole head comes together with the hat, but it's just the head. And then I added a feather. I poked a hole in the top of the hat and just stuck the feather in there and then glued it down. And then the back of this particular tag just has the Tim Holtz paper, but if you want to, you could, you know, stick on a little piece of notepad paper or something if you wanted to write on there. In fact, what I might do with that, I just had this idea, it just came to me. I found this little notebook at an antique store, sorry. And it's obviously very vintage. The color is awesome, and there are some pages that are written on and some are not. So that'll be cool for collaging. I think I'm going to hook one of these just right on the back because that would look good, but I don't have to do that right now. And then as you can see here, this is the bingo card, and it's been decoupaged with pattern paper. I did a little stamping. There's napkin, and you know, all that, but you can still see the bingo up at the top, which is, I wanted to keep that. I love this eyelash that Denise put on there. So yeah, that's the basic part of it, and then it's just full of all kinds of goodies. So I won't torture you with me putting all that back on. But anyway, that's that, and that will go on my Etsy shop. And then I thought we could make a card together, because I try to do a show and tell and then maybe, you know, do a little something together. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to make a more masculine Valentine than the ones I've been doing. I like to do, you know, I love doing Valentines, it's just fun. So I've cut some different sizes of paper. Some of it's just scrap that we're going to use, but my card base is a pretty big base. I had a big envelope that I wanted to use, and this particular card base is 5.5 by 8.5, because that's the size of the envelope was just a tiny bit bigger than that. So it's a big card, but you could, you know, you can do the same idea with any card. I'm not saying you have to do it exactly this way. And then I just have some red kind of patterned paper and then another piece of craft, and we're going to do some kind of collaging on this. So that's why I have all these other pieces of random paper here. So, and then I have some tickets, and let's see, I think what I want to do, I really wanted to use quite a bit of this because, you know, it says I love you all over it. So I thought that would be kind of fun. And I actually cut out a heart from Tim Holtz paper, his more that manly stack, and I can't remember what that one's called. I don't know. Anyway, it has more of the manly papers in it, you know, with like the cigar labels and all that, and there's like denim and men's patterns and for clothing and stuff like that on that one. I'm sorry that I'm not better about that, you guys. I just kind of look at stuff and I like it or I don't, and so if I like it, I use it. I don't worry a ton about the names of everything, and I need to get better at that to kind of help you guys out. But I'm sure most people know, if you are, you know, into Tim Holtz at all, you've probably seen a lot of that. So yeah, I just did my drawing for the giveaway, and that was super fun. I love doing those kind of things. And congratulations to the winners. And like I said, I wish I could give something to everybody. I just, you know, obviously can't do that, but everybody's been great. You guys are just great with your comments and all of it, so it's super fun. Great community that we're all in, and I think it's just awesome to, you know, support everybody as best you can instead of bringing people down. Love it. Alright, so I'm just going to glue that on. And it doesn't have to be, you know, you can do it right up to the edge, or you can, you know, hang some of them over or whatever. It doesn't, you don't have to see this craft card is what I'm saying. I kind of wanted it. I just needed a base to do the collaging on. So, and I like that Elaine's. I know I'm like one of the only people probably that really uses that, but I really do like it. It works great. Just try to make sure we don't have any weird bubbles. And I have no plan for this, so I really truly am just winging it. I have this paper that I got off of Amazon that I've used before, and it just looks coffee dyed, you know. I don't really want to tear these edges, but they're not, they're too squarish. I'm loving doing this collaging with just scraps of paper because it just gets to be ridiculous. I mean, literally every time you cut a piece of paper, you've made a new scrap. So I love that everybody's doing stuff with their scraps, because I'm sure we all have the exact same problem. Because every time we cut it, there's a scrap. And, you know, I tear this and now I have another scrap, but at least if you can work some of it down, it definitely helps. And I've been loving doing those collage tags and all that. It's just fun. So probably put this one like here. I just wanted to make a, because the heart that I cut is out of the Tim Holtz paper that has all the labels for the cigars. It's a little bit busy, so I was trying to kind of ground it a little bit by doing this. And I do kind of want it to hang over a little bit because I want that not square edge, but if you want it right up to the edge, then you know, you do it the way you like to do it. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. So this is out of like a 1906 magazine I have, and I'm actually going to take some of these that aren't in too bad of shape, and I'm going to try to turn them into a digital kit if I can figure it out, with obviously a lot of help from my son, who's amazing at stuff like that. So I kind of like this. It's this little Cupid thing up here that's cute. I know that's kind of weird, but yeah, but it's funny. Wood rollers and tin rollers is what it's an advertisement for. It's cool because the edge is like dog-eared a little bit there. Yeah, because this is from, see, it just tears. It's so fragile. 1906. So I'm going to try not to completely destroy it before I get it on the thing, which I am doing. Alright, I'm just going to put a little bit of this on the back and try to get it so that it stays together and doesn't fall apart on me. That's the only problem. It's like we love all that stuff, but it just falls apart so easy. You look at it and it disintegrates. And I don't want to rip off my little Cupid there. Cute. Yeah, I just wanted to do something a little more masculine, you know, for Valentine's Day. I love doing all the art dolls and all the cutesy stuff too, but sometimes it's like, yeah, there's guys around too, and they might want something that's not pink and glittery and all that. Although some people won't care, but I'm going to use, this is just out of a dictionary. It's like love fest, love bird, all that kind of stuff, so I think I'm going to go ahead and put that. And I'm going to put it up a little bit higher, just ink it a little bit because it's kind of old already, so it's out of an old dictionary. Just all kinds of fun stuff on there. Let's see what else I've got. And I just have this bag of all kinds of junk that I'm working from. Hope everybody's having a great day. All that cold weather that they were having back east. I mean, I know it didn't move here because it doesn't work that way, I know, but we have gotten the cold weather here. It is cold today, and it's supposed to be colder tomorrow, so that's kind of not fun. We've been spoiled this year. I don't think I'm going to use that piece. I like it, but I don't think you're going to see it. I need to rip this a little bit. Oh, sorry, I got quiet because I got thinking. I don't need to cover this all the way to the bottom because I am going to do something else, so I know I don't need. I'm just going to put this last little piece right here, I think. And I kind of want to put this, I just love this part up here. Just want a little bit of it sticking up kind of like that. Except, you know what, you're not going to see that. How about right about there then? Because this is just my background, as I mentioned. Let's do it kind of like this. Okay, so that just kind of gives me a layered background that I was looking for. And then I have this heart, and see, it's all the labels from the cigars, and there's even Cupid. I thought that was awesome. So I'm going to put that up here a bit, and I did ink this a little, not that you can see a ton of it, but I just don't like the white edge on the heart, so that's going to go right there. So it covers up a lot of whatever that roller was. And I need to grab some dimensionals, just a second. I can remember where I put them. I have a mess going again because I've been sort of doing stuff non-stop lately. Alright, so there's that. And then I sewed together just a piece of wool, tweed, and some denim. And I'm going to ink the threads just a little bit because they're a little, it's cream, but still a little lighter than I would like it to be. I'm just going to kind of put this down here at the bottom. Ah, just touched it. Yeesh. Thought the cap was on it. And I probably should use Fabri-Tac, but mine's almost gone, and I think this will work just fine. It works pretty good. You guys can see. So that's why my little corner down there was going to be covered, so it didn't matter. And then I'm just going to take one of these, and Denise sent me these. Thank you, Denise. She keeps sending me all kinds of nice stuff. I feel so guilty. She does an awesome job. I loved it. You sent that itty bitty card. Those itty bitty cards, those are so cute. Love anything itty bitty, so. Actually, I'm just going to kind of put this, tuck it a little bit into this fabric and have it sticking out just for the red and the interest. And then I'm going to take this, I'm actually going to pop, no, I'm not going to pop this one up, I'm going to pop up the kids. I'm going to move it down just a little because I want to see the cupids up there. They're so cute. And then I have these two little kids. They're adorable. Look at her just grabbing his face and giving him a smooch. I love that. Put a few on her, a few on him, and then I'm going to put a couple down at their feet just so they don't look like they're dragging or something. Her feet are so tiny, I'm going to have to cut one in half. So I'm just going to put that on her foot. Hold on just a second, sorry. Hi, I'm back. I'm sorry, my cat was getting into something. I couldn't tell what. I can usually kind of listen and tell, you know, what he's doing, but I couldn't, and so I was worried it was something not good, but he was actually being okay. He's just playing with some plastic, so he likes to, and I don't know why, he's very odd, but he likes to lick plastic, so sometimes he gets in the pantry and licks his food bag. And he was on my husband's desk licking like the plastic of a package that he had there, but I couldn't tell what it was, and so I was worried that he was into something he wasn't supposed to be. I mean, not that that's great either, but it wasn't awful, so it was alright. I have this, it says make your own lace valentines, which isn't necessarily masculine, but I just like the look of it. Probably should have put it on before this. but maybe I'll just put the love down here instead. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll save that for something else. It was just cute, so I thought it would be fun. So this is just out of that same old dictionary, and it's just love, so it's just the definition for love. So I'm just going to put that right here. I forgot to ink it. I don't want to ink it too much because I want it to be able to be seen. And then let's see, Denise also sent me a bunch of buttons. And so a lot of them are really cool, so I thought I could use some of those. I saw something on Pinterest where they put all kinds of buttons so they look like they're sewn on, but I wanted to do it a little different, and so I put some string through and then just put out strings like they've fallen off of stuff maybe instead of on. And you're not going to be able to see a lot of those strings very well, but it was just kind of, you know, to give it some texture and stuff. So I want to figure out, you know, like I left it like that to look like they fell off of stuff is kind of what I was looking for. And this one's a little more on. I don't know how I want them, so. But on Pinterest they had one where it was, you know, on paper, and they were like actually sewn on, but I'm lazy, so I didn't want to sew them all on myself. So I just kind of tied strings through them and stuff like that, just to, you know, make them look like they were sewn on or whatever. There's that, and then I had, what did I do with it? I have all these little hearts, but I took out, oh, there it is. One of these itty bitty cards, the Queen of Hearts. See, that's what Denise sent. I don't know where she found those, but that's awesome. If anybody knows where to find these, let me know, because that is something, I love stuff like that. It's just fun. And I know this is kind of thick, but it's going to be actually for my husband, so it's not a big deal that it's going to be a little bit thick. But I know if you were mailing it, you probably wouldn't want to do that. But I did try to find like flatter buttons instead of the really poofed up ones. And then I think I'm just going to put some of these little hearts down here. And I have some even ittier bittier ones, if I can keep a hold of them and put them on there. That's cool. I had another tiny one. I guess I could look in my box again. See if I can find another itty bitty one. There's one. They're just kind of fun because they're super tiny. So yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope your weather's a little bit better than mine. It's not necessarily that it's bad, the sun is shining, it's just super bitter cold out there. So yeah, I didn't want to totally change the look of this. Yeah, my cat's into something again. I don't know what's up with him. He's a stinker sometimes. He's a cute stinker, but he's a stinker no less. He's kind of a pest. Cats are sort of like toddlers that never, you know, never get any older or something. I don't know. They're always, well, certain cats. Our female cat, she's pretty good. She's a little crazy, but a lot of it's just that she's like skittily, we call her, because everything scares her. I'm not sure why she's like that. Nobody's, you know, like crazy loud or anything around here, but she just scares super easy. That's probably because Pasha's always chasing her all over the place. He always wants to play, and she doesn't want to play. She's older, so she's not interested in his playing antics. He thinks that's super fun stuff. Let me know what kind of pets you guys have. I've noticed a lot of people, it seems like, that do this junk journaling tend to, it seems like, have cats. I mean, there's dogs too. It's just funny. But if you have some exotic kind of pet, Yeah, that'd be fun to talk about. I get watching Max, and I don't know if any of you have seen him. I think he's a cockatiel. I don't know a lot about birds. I just find him really interesting because he does so many crazy things. And talk about tear your house apart. That poor guy's house. Sometimes I'm like, how do you ever, if you sell or if you're renting or whatever, when you move out, it would be rough because like in one of the rooms I noticed that he keeps them in, he like has chewed up the baseboards and stuff like that. It would just be hard to fix all that stuff if you, I guess you just don't ever move if you had that. I mean, it's true with any pet, really. They all do destructive things for sure. Put a little Queen of Hearts card right down here. Just add some texture and interest. And then I think I'm going to put a few of these paper, like book page hearts up here at the top. Because guys like hearts, I think. One year I made my husband a card, and I think I used like black background and red hearts or something like that. And he was like, why did you make it black? And I never thought about it. I just thought that might be a little bit better, you know, that he might like it a little better, but he was almost offended that I had made it black. And it's like, oh, well, I didn't mean anything by that. I just thought it was better than pink. But, you know, it's funny. Sometimes we think, oh, they don't like anything that's lovey-dovey or something like that, but a lot of guys are more into that kind of stuff and like a more, I don't know, I guess you'd call it romantic or whatever look on it. But it was funny. I thought he, you know, he would like it because it wasn't pink and red, but apparently he just likes it when they're fairly traditional anyway. That's why I kind of went this way, because it's still red and, you know, it's cute. It doesn't look too dark, but it looks a little bit masculine at least. Okay, I think I want one more of those little hearts. Those are cute. You guys are probably yelling at me, no more, just stop. Can't stop. These are out of, I think, like a shopping bag that I had that was checkered red and kind of craft colored. So those are cute. They're super ultra tiny. I don't even know that my husband really likes this vintagey looking stuff. I think he sometimes thinks I'm crazy, but he puts up with me, so. And then just the red is going to be my background. I got it stuck on my finger. My fingers are brown from the ink. I apologize. It's not dirt, I promise. Yeah, so I thought that'd be kind of a fun collage-y. I mean, you could use any paper. You could totally make these a million ways. And this whole thing with these buttons, I think it would be really cool in a journal. And I probably would like sew them on if they were going in a journal, just because it lasts longer kind of thing. Alright, there's that. And it would be cool on paper too if you didn't want to do it on fabric, the buttons. It was really cool, that thing that I don't even remember what I was looking at, but probably just my general feed, because I do junk journal stuff and vintage stuff and whatever, so I get all kinds of random things. But they had, like, if you've ever done ribbon embroidery, the knots, and I can't think of what those knots are called, but the big fat knots that you do for like the flowers and stuff and ribbon embroidery. They had some of those stitched on with the buttons, and that looked really cool too. You could do lots of like clusters like that in different ways. That would be fun in a journal, I think. So yeah, I hope this gave you maybe some inspiration or a few ideas or whatever. Just a little something fun. When I do a show and tell, I'm really trying to, you know, not just show you guys stuff that I'm selling, but I'm trying to show you how I'm making it. And, you know, so if you want to make it yourself, you can. Or if you do want to buy it, you know, come on over to my Etsy shop. But I'm also trying to give you some other ideas as well. So there's that all complete. So that's kind of fun. And then, like I said, this will go on my Etsy shop. So yeah, and I'll put lots of links down below because I've got those 3 people, Allie at Cockney Crafter for the altered bobby pin. She'll show you exactly how to do that because it's pretty cool. And then I'll give the link for the art dolls and all the different things I used in here, because she's got all kinds of stuff that's really cool to use if you're interested in this look. And then, or your own look, because you can do them however you want to do them. And then Denise for all the fabric-y cool bits and pieces that I showed you. So anyways, I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will talk to you next time. Please subscribe if you have not, and push the like button. Thank you. Bye-bye.